Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday. I have not traded since Monday-ish, Tuesday, I think. Been a minute since I did a video. My thought process behind that was we consolidated, right? Price didn't move pretty much anywhere. And because of all the red folders we had this week, I figured, okay, we're going to consolidate. News is going to hit, and it's just going to be one big bad week to really trade. Might as well wait till Friday to try again. Get my bearings straight, figure out what I did wrong on the last time I traded, because not only did we trade the wrong instrument, but we also lost the trade. And I think I figured out exactly what I did. I married my daily bias. I was fully expecting the break of structure on the daily to come through on the hour, and it never did. And instead, it broke structure back to the upside, and by the time we went to go take the trade, it was already too late. I realized my mistake when I placed the trade for a sell when our key level was hit on the upside. The market literally said, hey, I want to go higher. And I thought lower. I think I made a note about it. I think I did. Let's see if I did. I did not. I think that's a decent note. When considering daily bias, remember to let the market decide where it wants to go on the hourly to determine where it'll go before assuming it'll continue on the daily. Higher time frames hold higher power, but only when the bias aligns with a trade. Never marry daily bias. Noteworthy. It's a good thing we did that. We're now looking at this chart here. We're gonna clear up pretty much all of that. Let's see what we can do today. We have, I think, one or two red folders today, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to be very cautious with what we do here. As you can see, we are this far down into the red. It's not good. Not good at all. We got a little ways to go too. It's currently 7. This app is clearly lagging. Alright. This is cool here. We have a fair value gap right there. We want to keep that respected. What does the daily say at the moment? Daily says we have not broke structure on the daily. We're still in an uptrend. Same story over here. Yep. This right here is a bit concerning, just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure this is what we married last time. That's how we got that one right there wrong. Pretty sure. Case, go back to the hour. Boom. Reset charts. Zoom in. Leave this right here. Boom. Boom. Reset charts. Zoom in. Boom. Looks like we're about to have a disrespected fair value gap, which is completely fine. Totally understandable. I'll pause the video and simply wait. It's literally all I can do at the moment. So, I'll be right back. Wait for confluences to form in front of it. Figure stuff out. Crazy cat got into my food. I'm gonna guess it also unpause that. It's been recording for 22 minutes. Yeah. Not fun. Got into my breakfast and everything. It's now 7:30. Looking for literally anything at the moment. So far, the fair value gap was respected. Same story over here. This was respected as well. Inverse. Break. No break yet. The hourly says it wants to go low, go down much further. We're in a downtrend at the moment. Down, up, low, closer below it. No fair value gap though. Price came back up. Treated low, did not go below, up, down, high, boom. Closure above the high, break of structure back into an uptrend. I am wrong. We are in an uptrend still on the hour for this. Currently, we're looking for this to get violated after 8. Once it does, we'll know it wants to go higher. That is, of course, on the NASDAQ. We do not want to take a trade on the NASDAQ. We want to take a trade on the S&P 500. Same story here. Down, up, break, downtrend, up, down, high, break, uptrend. Lowest points right here. We haven't broke structure off of that. This value gap's being respected. We're still in an uptrend. We're looking for this down, up, low. Not to get disrespected, but to get closed below for a valid break of structure. That'll tell us it's wanting to go back into a downtrend. Yeah. It's actually a valid low outside of this right here. Let's see what news has to say. Triple red. All 3 of them are hitting at 8:30. Non-farm, unemployment rate, average hourly. Looks like the 2 biggest impacts are going to be these 2. I'm very much so not an early bird. Okay, so we have a small S&T divergence on the S&P 500, whereas this price range goes lower, this price range goes higher. It's the same candle. Lower, higher. Which means we should be seeing price continue higher from here, close above it, from that, continue higher up. We have several points. We have this point here, we have this point here, we have this point here. Take hold of. They're not relative equal highs. Next closest one to really take the hold of would be all the way right here, all the way up there. I'm going to go ahead and mark these 2, just because. We are on the S&P 500. That's relatively close to that. Outside of this price range, it'd be this right here. Outside of that one, that's the next most reasonable spot for it to hit. This right here is wishful thinking. Sorry, I'm gonna reverse that. This is wishful thinking. This is likely to come up to and then reverse back down. Because as you can see, we have a spread from here all the way down to here. That is quite large. Quite large indeed. Same story on the highs here across this line. This right here says higher on the NASDAQ, which we can see here, unlike the S&P. So I think in this case, all of the S&P is lagging behind the NASDAQ. It's giving more of an indication into where price wants to go up, right? So we're not going to pay attention to the NASDAQ. We're going to look at the S&P and use that to our advantage. We know price wants to go higher per the NASDAQ, what it says. we need to wait for confirmation that price does want to continue higher. But before treating that like a key level, that SMT, like it's a key level, we want to wait for this to get respected, this level right here to be closed above, so we have a defined, okay, it's going higher. As you can see, our key level is hit. Price says I want to go higher. Okay. Key level is hit, so we're going to go down to 5 minute. 5 minute, what are we looking for? Break of structure, inverse fair value gap, SMT divergence, that kind of thing. Well, I'm going to say we're going to get a fair value gap. We're going to get an inverse fair value gap. Think so. Think so. Price shot way up. Oh, news. News hit. It is 8:30. That's why that candle's like that. Massive impact on market. Green and green. What does this say? Greater than forecast, good for currency. Cool. Green says greater than forecast, good for currency. It was very good for currency because price shot really high up. Now we have to wait for the general looky because, yeah, that's needed. Key level definitely hit though. This is well defined. It was hit. We're looking for a break of structure out of it. We broke structure here. This was not a key level hit here. It's been an uptrend for a while now. I think what we're best going to get, it's not a fair value gap. This did not break structure at all. It's been going higher. We've already discussed this right here. Thing. What are we looking for? We're looking for SMT divergence on the 5 minute. Looking for break of structure on the 5 minute. We're looking for fair value gap. Or, I'm sorry, an inverse fair value gap on the 5 minute. Wait, is it inverse? Yeah, inverse. Gotta be an inverse fair value gap in order for things to occur the way we want them to. This is not a fair value gap. That's definitely not a fair value gap. Right here. So, this is a news candle. We're waiting on reaction. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get a inverse fair value gap. Think. What this just did, news just did, it created a super strong draw on liquidity up here. So, stuff. And we know fair value gaps are signs of continuation. Serious signs of continuation. So, yeah. That's the thing. We're on the S&P. I'm not going to change anything about that just yet. I just wanted to take that note down right quick. Key level hit. Woo. This is also a news candle. I want to keep that in mind. Next up, waiting on this to form. Actually, no. We're still looking for this confluence. We have to confirm that this is something, a key level hit, that it wants to continue going. It was a respected fair value gap, though. Off of this right here. This was a respected fair value gap. Respected, boom, continue higher. We are not allowed to look for a trade until after 8. 8:30 came around and we saw that price jump really high. And it wasn't until then that we were able to really do so confidently. Did I do something wrong? No, it's live action. This did not hit key level at all. None of this hit key level until this candle here. This one specifically. It hit and then news dropped and it skyrocketed out. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're waiting on. I'm gonna pause the video now. I'll wait patiently. Trying to identify our next set of confluences. Hopefully we can get to trade today. Let's see. Something I want to take note of right quick. So before I get too crazy. We broke structure here, right? As you can see, we didn't really go above anything except for like right here, right? None of these highs closed above this high, this key level. That's what makes it a key level. We broke structure here. Cool, cool, cool. That's our 5-minute confluence. What's our other 5-minute confluence? Fair value gap. Boom. Right there. That is a valid fair value gap. There's nothing before this. None of this. This is a fair value gap. From here we go down to the 1 minute. And what are we looking for? Break of structure, inverse fair value gap to enter on a long position. That price is going to go higher because this fair value gap says we're going higher. So it's currently what we're waiting on. We're waiting for price to break structure, come down a little bit, enter, shoot higher. Either that or an inverse fair value gap, which means it'll close below this. In either case, we're looking for that to happen. Same story here. None of this closed above this high until we broke structure out of that. Move on to the 5-minute. Same story all the way through. Break. Again, that's one confluence. Second confluence, fair value gap that's about to form here. From that, we go down to the 1 minute and we watch arch, inverse, or break of structure, whatever it might be. Then from that, continue higher. We want to pay very close attention to that because look, down, up, boom, right there on the 1 minute. Here's our low. It's got to close below that. If it doesn't close below, it's the next one. Down, up, boom, this right here that we have to look at. It's got to close below it for it to be a valid break of structure. An inverse fair value gap is a little bit different. So it could also be this right here. This is a little mini fair value gap, right? It can close below that, where that horizontal line is now, or it can close below this. One of the two. That's kind of what we're waiting on. Gotta wait, gotta see, gotta know what's up. We're gonna be paying attention to the chart and waiting for that confluence to form. Once it does, I'll be sure to unpause after we've entered the trade. My thought process is on an inverse fair value gap or a break of structure, whatever the case might be, looking for that down trace, but not so far down that it closes below the fair value gap, right? Because an inverse fair value gap means we're no longer continuing higher. Instead, we're going to consolidate a little bit more. We want it to continue much higher. From that, yeah, we're going to be attempting a long position. Something I wanted to take note of, we have a fair value gap here that just formed, and we're looking at this currently formed down. I want to see, I want to know. think what I want to have happen, if it is an inverse value gap that we're waiting on, I want to see price close below this, but I also want to see the retrace back up and closure above this high that's saying, yes, we are going to continue higher. So we're looking for a secondary closure. Looks like we're going to get the firm inverse value gap that we were after. Again, we want to see that retrace back up and above that says, yes, we are going to continue higher, and not a break of structure. Break of structure is cool, but it's a little more risky because it could continue down from that break of structure. We're there. There's our inverse value gap off that candle if it closes on the downtrend. We got 45 seconds on that. A break of structure is okay too. Full-on reversal is what we do not want to happen. That is our inverse value gap. Now we want to see this continue higher and break up above this. That's when we'll enter. Chat. That's when I say, okay, let's go on that long. I'm not streaming, I know I shouldn't be saying chat, but I'm used to it. Man, give me your retrace. Looks like we're going to get a break of structure before anything else. That's okay, though. We want to see the reaction if it is a valid break of structure. Did this close blue? Did not. think we're going to enter on this candle because we're going to see a closure above a high. That's what I've been waiting on this whole time, is a closure above a high. We got one. Up, down, boom. This right here, we have 39 seconds. This candle closes in an up position and it's higher than this, I'm entering on a long position. That is what I'm waiting on. Yeah, 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. We also have a low here as well. We need to pay attention for a break of structure. Hopefully we don't get that, but you never know. We still have a fair value gap right here, too. We broke structure on the 1 minute. This is a lot more than what that says because of a mistake I made. We get a reversal break of structure. That's when we'll enter. We want to see a confluence that says, yes, we're going to go higher. From that, we're going to enter in on long. We have fair value gap here, by the way. On that red, fair value gap right there. That break of structure gave us a fair value gap as well. Price went lower, we want to see it move higher. Our time frame holds higher confluence. Price went down a little bit. General trend is up. We had a small break of structure on the 1 minute. Completely fine. There we go. For the inverse on this. Now we just need a closure above that and I'll enter. Disrespected that fair value gap. Closed up above it. We have a new high right here that price could disrespect. I want to see it close above it. Sorry for the long recording. It'll get edited down, I think. I'll see what I can do after recording. It's currently 8:57. We're still within our time to take a trade. make a small retrace. That's completely fine. On the 5-minute, stop that fair value gap, saying price is going to go higher. It has made its high. We might have that break of structure I was looking for. Want closure. Candle's got to close above it, otherwise, no deal. There we go. Let's go ahead and set up stop loss and take profit. My stop loss is going to be just below this right here. My take profit is going to stop. I didn't mark it on this. Let's go ahead and bring it up to here for a second, because there is another I'd like to see. Take profit right there. Cumulative highs, I imagine it will probably go up to about right there. Confirm this, reset chart view, hit down into this. Trend is up, that inverted that. We also broke structure off this downtrend here because it broke above this high. It actually broke above this high too. Yeah. Get a break of structure right there because it did that. Continued higher. Fair value gap is going to continue higher. So from here, it's just a matter of looking and waiting. I want to pay very close attention to this right here. I want to actually manipulate this stop loss. I want to bring it lower. I want to bring it right into this junction here. Let's do this because that is a low. That right there. Firm. Good. Okay. This gives me marginal room for error. It might retrace, but so long as it doesn't come all the way down to this, we should be fine. That being the case, we should see price continuing much, much, much higher. We have a valid break of structure as well as an inverse value gap on the 1 minute. I think price is going to go higher off of this, though the move is already here. We want to see it continue higher. Our most recent low is right here. Yeah. Now we wait. Oh, so very patiently we wait. Oh. This is where I have it set. No, 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 no. I'm wrong. Never mind. That's the take profit right there. This is the 5 minute. This is for this. Did I do the same thing over here? I don't know, but we're gonna do this. We're gonna press buy on the NASDAQ again. Because the chart is relatively the same. It's just a matter of finding exactly where to look for. I like this right here. Take profit. I really want. So this is 10 minutes behind what we just got through doing. So 2 candles behind. This is broke structure already come back down, but we are in a retrace on the NASDAQ. Boom. This is the 5 minute we're looking at. Let's go down to the 1 minute. Boom. Gold. We're going to wait patiently for that to do its thing. From there, we want to look at this. Good. Everything right where I want it to be. I think so. Realized profit and loss. It's right here. 10228.91. So we're going to change this. Two 8.91. Did I not change that note earlier? Like previous stream, previous recording? This one right here about the breaker blocks? I thought I changed this. This right here. Because I didn't like looking for a liquidity sweep and then an order block before, right? I did not want to see that. Instead, I wanted to really dial in on what a breaker block is and how best to use it, right? Maybe I changed it a little bit higher up. No, because all of that was the way it was. I think that's actually what I changed it to. I don't know. Oh, chat. I'm going to pause the video now. I'm going to say my trade idea is correct. I'm not even going to pay attention to this. I'm going to let it simmer, do its thing. I will be right back after a little while. Fingers crossed the idea was right. I think I identified everything relatively well. We paid attention to the chart so hardcore, and I paid attention. I got the confluences I wanted. I got the reactions I wanted. Everything about whatever market said is going to go higher. It's doing that thing where it's agreeing with me today. So, yeah. We had high impact news. We saw it occur. We used it as a confluence, and from that, with confidence, I can say my trade was not only identified and validated, but taken on the principle I know what I was doing. Today is my turnaround. Today is where we start murdering these charts. I'm gonna pause the video because it's already over an hour long. BRB. Okay. It is now 10:52, and I have elected to close the position. Oh, hello. My OBS lagged. Sorry. I don't know if that lagged a lot or a little for you guys. Not entirely sure. We made back on Trade Locker $4.32. On Trading View, we made back roughly $1,660. I am done taking dumb trades, chat. Done. Absolutely done. I want to take note of something. I want to bring forth my best when I go to examine this right quick. So our key level hit was here, right? We had fair value gap, cool. On the 5-minute, we went down to, because that was just a key level that we witnessed, right? This key level here. From here, we got break of structure on the 5-minute, which is cool. Fair value gap on the 5-minute, which is cool. We waited on the 1-minute for a retrace, a break of structure, and we waited a while, actually. We waited all the way up till about right here when it broke structure above this high here. We watched it climb even more. It came back down a little bit. Wasn't too bad. We could have left up here, no problem. We could have left right here, no problem. Probably would have made more money, but we chose over here. I wanted to hang on to it and see what it would do, and it plateaued out. The trade idea was good. We made a profit. We did. I want to see something now. I want to see something that makes sense. So we had a key level hit here, right? And it plateaued. It went up a little bit more, plateaued off. I want to look at yesterday's price action. So let's do that. That would be literally this right here, right? Let's go ahead and mark 8 just cuz. So 8, so price action is a little weird, just a little bit, right? My thought process was, if price action repeats itself, right? We had key level hit. Technically, this would have been key level hit right here. We'd have noticed that price would have wanted to go down, which is cool. At the same time, we would have also noticed that later in the day, the same day, price plateaued. It actually went in a straight line roughly right here, because it didn't go higher than this, and definitely went lower, started lower, and it plateaued back up and off. I think it's a valid note to say, if price looks like it plateaus, I know I keep using that word, if it consolidates, goes in a straight line, doesn't go up or down, but you've noticed a break of structure, I think it's safe to say leave the market. Be on the safe side, leave the market. So at the end of the day, it's as easy as understanding and really getting in your efficiency, right? The trade idea was correct. We had a victorious day today. We made back a little bit of the mistake, the dumb trade we made. I'm glad I took the tuple. I'm glad I took the couple of days I needed to off. Not just to clear my head, but to reevaluate markets, trades, trends, and the overall bias. I have not uploaded at all this week outside of Monday, and I think maybe Tuesday. Both of those trades were a big ol' yikes, and I did the same thing today, except this time I did it under the principle that I knew and had an inkling of what I was going to do throughout the day. As a result of having that peace of mind, having the confidence to really dive in and destroy this chart for everything it had, we did pretty good. I did pretty good. We lost $2,000 here. We gained back this much. I did pretty good. After this massacre, after this little victory and these two mistakes, I'm coming back. I'm coming back with a vengeance, a passion, if you will. A fire like never before. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Personally, what do I think? I think improvement. Over general gist, improvement. Next week's going to be a little different because Monday and Tuesday, there is no news. So, moves like this one right here, not entirely going to be expecting because this was a news candle that happened on, and we caught the tail end of that move. Something tells me it'll continue higher just because it can, but we caught the tail end of it. So, I'm taking my grain of salt. Now, don't expect moves like this Monday and Tuesday. If it happens, yay. If not, walk away. In either case, I've improved my trade functions, and I have a standard I am in progress to hit. We started all the way back over on the 3-month challenge. We need to get 3 months of green under our belt before I can confidently say I can put my own money in to the market and make a profit. Let's make something perfectly clear as well, because I don't think I've really hit that nail on its head as hard as I could. I want to make certain that we are on the same page. I'm not rich. I am not wealthy. I don't have a 9-to-5. This is a problem, because I also don't have the $10,000 TJR recommends you having. It's a smart move to have that much money in your bank to take multiple trades, and so it's also a cushion for if you lose. That part of the entirety of that makes perfect sense. I'm doing things a little riskier. I'm starting with $20. Ugh! Don't do that. I'm doing this on purpose to better master my emotions. I'm treating every trade, demo account wise, as though I have this money in my account. And let me make something clear. 0 is the account balance. If I lose the trade, I'm in the negative. I'm red. This negative profit and loss, this right here, right? This number right here, but the totality of this, right? The collective doesn't show it on this, but it does show it on this right here. This number right here, I am in the red that much. Problem. I have 3 months not only to fix that, but to continuously grow that and get green and quick. That is my goal. That is my psychology. Ugh. That was weird. That's my psychology, though. That's my mental. I have to maintain 0 and higher. I cannot go below. Below is a problem. And the mental is there. Treating it as though it's real is as good as any training when it comes to psychology. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll be streaming here in a couple of hours. It'll be 2 p.m. when I start streaming. If you're interested in watching, head over to Orbs Vault or the Twitch. Both those, sorry. The Twitch link can be found in the description down below. Orbs Vault will be found in the description on Twitch. Both of which I'll be streaming to from 2 to 7 today, so stay tuned for that. I have some interesting stuff I'd like to play, and I'd like to see who all shows up. So, I mean, in case, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.